A very good morning. It's Mark here. It is Tuesday, March the 25th, 8:40 Eastern. That's 12:40 GMT. Starting as always on the dollar index. We've got the daily charts up, and you can see today a sell-off. We had four previous days of gains. US dollar strengthening from the support down here at 102.83. Yesterday, resistance 104.11. But so far today, US session has just got underway, and we're seeing weak US dollar to start the session off. Support at 103.65. Note the double top, a reversal sign. We'll see if that plays out throughout the US session. Let's zoom into the hourly. And there you can see the support I've put in at 103.67. 104.14 the high, 106.67 the support, and weak US dollar to start the day. Let's have a look at S&P. Bearing in mind it's about an hour until Wall Street opens up. Let's start on the daily. Let's try and start on the daily. Sorry, I put up the US dollar again. But there you can see the S&P 500 inverse relationship with the US dollar, the traditional way and the way we're used to seeing it. Strong US dollar, weak equities, weak US dollar, which we've seen this morning, but we are seeing strong S&P. It's already trading in pre-market conditions above yesterday's close, sitting right now at 5,831, a continuation of the demand we saw yesterday. All equity markets rallied yesterday. S&P had a really strong run. Let's move to the hourly. And there you can see how it's above yesterday's resistance at 5,818. And so far, before Wall Street gets going, 5,831. Let's have a look at commodities. And we'll get to the daily and gold. There you can see after 3 days of gold taking a breather, even the EMAs moved to the downside. However, support 3009 has stood strong. Buyers stepped in, not going under, barely under the 3000 level. So 3000, a strong support level. We're seeing demand at 3000 and sitting right now at 3019. Within a narrow range so far to start the day. 3009 on the downside and resistance 3024. Let's have a look at the hourly. And there you can see that range so far for today. There's the support level 3010 and the 3026 resistance, sitting right now in the middle of that range. Buyers will be looking to break the 3026 to 3030 high from the day before, and of course go all the way back up to the previous highs that we saw around the 3050 mark. Sellers, certainly first target on the downside will be to get below and maintain below the 3000 level. Let's have a look at Brent oil. Oil definitely strong. That's on the hourly. Let's just take a step back and have a look on the daily, and you can see since the support we saw here last week at 69.53, it's been a strong succession of higher highs, higher low demand for oil at this point. It's broken above yesterday's resistance, which was 72.54, now sitting at a high of 72.88, perhaps even looking for $73. I think a mixture of fundamentals, supply concerns, geopolitical concerns, definitely, and technically all contributing to the strong run that we're seeing in oil right now. If I go to the hourly, there you can see how there's yesterday's resistance, 72.54, coming down now just a little bit, rather should I say it's struggling or hovering around that resistance area at 72.83. I guess 73 being the next level, but not easy. Going to need some kind of a push to get to break above where we're sitting now at the 72.88. But certainly on all time frames, we're seeing an uptrend on the daily, on the hourly, strong rally from oil. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. There's the daily. We had two strong days. That's Friday last week and yesterday. Bitcoin all the way up to a resistance of 88,800. And significant has moved out of that range where it was sitting between 81 and 84, 85,000, now trading between 85 and almost 90,000. So it has moved a whole from there to here. It has moved a whole leg higher, came down today, established support at 86,200, fighting back now and sitting at 87,100. Let's zoom in on the hourly, and there you can see the range. 86,200 on the downside, that's support, intraday support, resistance 87,500. Buyers will certainly be looking to break above that. Look for yesterday's high of 88.8 on the way to possibly 89 and to get back to 90,000. Whereas sellers looking to come below this 86, the support that it's established today, and to come back to the original range it was sitting in between 81 and 85,000. Good trading. I'll see you at the end of today's session.